Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Good evening and welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions from our various studios. We are posted Padole, Mr. Morris Yakuba Dole, but we call him Padole on the show, and also Paul the Lord They both are in United Kingdom, and I'm here in Norway. And so we want to say welcome to you wherever you are. If it is in the morning, we say welcome to you, good morning. In the afternoon, we say welcome to you, good afternoon. And in the evening, like here, we want to say welcome and good evening. Today is the 10th of April, 2026. My name is Linford Goa, and I want to say it's a pleasure to be in your service on the Bottomline Liberia discussions tonight. It's going to be exceptionally interesting because we have some topic that we will be talking about, and this topic is something that everybody in Liberia is talking about now. But what will make it more interesting on the show tonight is we want your opinion. We want you to tell us how you feel, what you want done. If you were given the opportunity to decide what to be done, what will you say and how will you do that and why? So that's what we'll be discussing tonight. But let me go over to my colleagues and probably they tell us how they feel and how, because we are at different points. We look at each other though, but we don't know how we're feeling. Maybe somebody is feeling warm, somebody is feeling cold, somebody is happy. So gentlemen, let me say welcome, Padole.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah. I'm so glad to be in the midst of the two gentlemen tonight to share our view about the situation that really is going on in our country and around the world. So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you guys very much for allowing me to be among you. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much. Paul?
Well, good evening, gentlemen, and good evening to our audience. I'm happy to be in the midst of you guys today. It's good to be in paradise, and I'm happy to be among the living. Yeah, I'm good. And how you guys doing?
Well, I am good. Except that there's a little sad news from my side. The aunt of Councillor Tawan Gonglo, that she was the only surviving aunt now from her mother's side. So all of the older people, including this lady who passed yesterday, she was the last. Tawan's mother was the second, and the uncle was the first, and then down the line. And this lady, all of them had that, and this lady was the last. So she's so I mean, we kind of somehow related very closely. So that's the only sad news from our side. But other than that, everything else is good. We are trying. The sun is shining here now. So yeah, nothing much to complain about. And happily for me, luckily for me, I will be taking my 1 week holiday starting Monday. So at least yeah, I can sleep a little bit longer in the morning. So I'm already building up to that.
Yeah, so let's say, I mean, our deepest condolences from the Bottomline family to you and to the honorable man Tawan as well. I mean, this is sad time when older people that we learn things from when they pass, we just cannot think of anything. So it's just hard to accept. But this is what that hard life is. They got a saying say when the old tree fall, a new tree will grow. So that's why nothing is permanent on the planet Earth. So yeah, our condolences to you and your family, bro.
Thank you. Other than that, tonight we'll be talking about, like I said, a very familiar topic in Liberia. Maybe Paul will want to just hint the viewers on what we'll be talking about, and then after that, we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll go into detail of what we'll be discussing tonight. And on the international front, we'll also be talking about some issues, especially the situation in Iran, with America, Israel, and Iran involved. What are some of the underlying factors? Why is it that these things are happening? We'll be looking at a few of them. And so, Paul, we want to just tell us what will be happening on the home front, what we'll be talking about.
Yeah, thank you, Linford, and to our audience that just joining us. Thanks for joining the Bottomline. Tonight we'll be looking at Yeke Koluba. Something is kept. This whole thing about Yeke Koluba that does not make sense. So we want to ask our audience: do they support the impeachment of Yeke Koluba? Yes or no? If yes, give your reason. If no, give your reason. But we'll be looking at the letter that could have found the press secretary to the president wrote that Yeke made the allegation of. So if the press secretary letter stated the same thing that Yeke said, why should the lawmakers want to remove Yeke? Who does the press secretary work for? Isn't the president? Should the lawmaker be looking at Joseph Boyka now instead of want to remove Yeke Koluba? So that will be the discussion tonight. And we'll be looking at this border. This is the Liberia and Guinea border. So this border is been in dispute since the 1900s. So we'll go into the historical context of the border. Does this border issue start with Yeke that they want to remove him, or what? The meeting that was held in Guinea by the three presidents of Mana River Union, what was the outcome of that meeting that no one in Liberia knows about today? The Guinean soldiers are still there. So should the lawmaker be calling Joseph Boyka to report to them of what have happened? Or is Yeke Koluba now the president of Liberia? So who should be impeached here? This is quite funny. So the bottom line is going to deeper. Who responsible to protect the people of Liberia? Is it Yeke Koluba or is it President Joseph Numa Boyka? So we'll be diving in deeply. So the question is to our audience: do you support the impeachment of Honorable Yeke Koluba? Yes or no? If yes, give your reason. If no, let us know. Let's have a conversation. Linford?
Okay, thank you so much, Paul, for laying out clearly what we'll be discussing tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a quick break, and when we come back, then we'll be going to details of what you just listened to. And like Paul said, we welcome your decisions, not your decisions, but your opinions on how you feel about it, whether the topics under discussion, whether you support the removal, the attempt to remove Honorable Yeke Koluba for his opinion that he shared on the issue in Lofa County. So when we come back, we'll be going deep into that.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, so much. I said they lie. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you. That's why we both tell you. But you screw us. You screw us. You use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. Fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired. They tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray? They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you. That's why we both tell you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
And of course, we're on the Bottomline Liberia discussions right now. My name is Linford Goa, and of course, Paul the Lord Chiriple, along with Mr. Morris Yakuba is here. And hopefully, the rest of the guys may be joining. We're not too sure. But what it is, we are here to bring you the information as you know them or as you wish to have them. So let's welcome a couple of people: Clarence Pearson, Chadela Brown Chilople, and of course a host of other people watching via Jala TV in Liberia and our Bottomline YouTube page, as well as the Facebook page. We can't see your name. So what you do for us is you leave your comment. Just leave hi or thumbs up or say something. Like Clarence Pearson had already started commenting, and we're going to be doing something like a voting. It's not actually voting, but just to get your opinion. So if you support the attempt to remove Honorable Yake Kolva for his opinion on a local issue, all you can do, you can say, yes, I support it, and because of so reason, or no, because of so reason. and so we appreciate, and let's say we appreciate Clarence Pearson. He's the first person who made the first comment that no, he has the right to hold his opinion, and which, in my view, I want to agree with Mr. Pearson as well. But let's get into action. Uh, it's been almost 2 months now. I don't know, pretty close to 2 months since the Guinean border incident took place, and there were mixed reactions that people felt that our government should have done something. Government should have moved in there since they did not come diplomatically. They brought in military force. Our government should have also made its presence felt militarily, even if there were no clashes, but at least make sure that you also have your military forces there or security forces there, so that the people will know that we are a country of our own. But that didn't happen, even though there was the police was there and PSU was there. But people still felt that more should have been done. And even until now, a lot of people feel that the government has not done much. Why? Because there was a meeting convened for the three Manuel Union nations. I think Ivory Coast was not represented. It was Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Guinea. And in that meeting, the three presidents were present. And since our president came back, there was no official, when I mean official or statement from that meeting informing the Liberian people about what was discussed. Rather, there has been, pockets of discussions in private corners around, even the Ministry of Information attempted to brush it off by the minister saying, in his regular press briefing, that the Liberian people are saying nothing is happening, the government is not doing anything. And so if anybody feels that the government is not doing anything, they should go to the ministry or to the government, and the government will get an arm to go fight. So those kind of statements will not go down well with citizens who feel threatened. As we speak, information from there, information is saying that a lot of people in that area have been affected. Villages have been affected. This is a farming city. People are leaving and running away. So, Paul, this is a situation, and particularly this is a situation that we are faced with. So, the latest that we have now is that since Honorable Yekep Kolua gave his opinion on the issue, it didn't go down well with the government. So his colleagues in the House, the lower house, are planning to remove him. And this is the situation. So how much do you guys know so far? Starting with Paul.
Well, Linford, thank you. And I want to say thanks to our audience for tuning in and kindly share the show. Linford, if you listen to Yeke's statement, that statement Yeke gave does not constitute anyone to say, oh, let's plan to remove him or not. You see, I think the government of Liberia is now setting a stage that if you are caught, if they're not happy with you, they're going to remove you. This is what is tending to. And we predicted on this very platform, when the man called Prophet Key was taken to prison, we said there was these guys were going after people, they were going after freedom of speech. Because Prophet Key going to prison, it does not make sense. He didn't violate anything. That was the freedom of speech that we all been enjoying. So that's this to go after Yeke Koruba. Everybody knew. People, it was singing songs. Say this target is Yeke. So Yeke's statement, does that statement treasonable for them to want to remove him from office? This is the question. And you said it right, Linford. President Barker went with Malabio to Guinea. From that meeting, the nation was not even informed of the outcome of that meeting. But people who gave their personal view is now the wish hunting them to remove them from office. So the question here is, Yeke Koluba did not take oath to protect the people of Liberia. It was Joseph Numa Barker that swore to the Constitution that he will hold the Constitution and protect the nation, protect its people. And that's why he became the CRC, the commanding general of the armed forces of Liberia, right? He gave order. If somebody invade your land, the guy who's supposed to protect or went to the place, he had meeting. No one know what kind of the outcome of that meeting. But today, he behind the removal of Yeke Koruba. So it just left everybody speechless. Why Yeke? So if you want to remove Yekes, then I have the question too. Why the legislature have not called the president or the executive or the chief of staff or the joint security to find out the outcome of that meeting in Guinea? So if we want to remove Yeke Koruba because he expressed the opinion, then let broaden it. Joseph Numa Boyka, the president, who breaks all the law, the constitutional laws of our country, isn't that the one that they should be calling for impeachment? So the question here to our audience, if we're going to put this flag up, do you support the impeachment of Honorable Yeke Koruba, yes or no? If yes, give your reason. If no, let us know, because we are curious to know. Who the lawbreaker Joseph Nima Barker, they're not talking about impeaching him, but the guy who expressed his opinion, they want to remove him. So what's going on in Liberia? The Guinean soldiers are still at the border. No one, everybody confused. Nobody talking to the citizen. What's going on? Over 26 different towns and villages have been affected. People have running away. They ran from that area. What's going on? So we want to remove Yeke Koruba from power because he expressed an opinion. But the guy who violates the laws in the country, that remove people that have tenure position, that broke all the laws. This guy who lied to the nation that he created 70,000 jobs, and he have not come to the nation to apologize for his lies. It's not important. The guy who told us that he will ride wheelbarrow to go to work, but now he ran $1.1 million car. The $10 million house that was built in Forja, where did that money come from? So all of those things that have happened under him, it's not important, but Yeke expressing his opinion, they want to remove him. So the question here is Yeke or President Boyka, who we supposed to be looking at for impeachment? So that's my thought, Linford.
All right. Should I comment on?
Thank you, Paul. So let's go to Padoli. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah, Linford and Brother Chilope, our situation is so petty to a extent that it's very difficult to discuss. Because for matter of fact that the two governments that just be in row, John Weir administrations and Mr. Barker administration, both of them have been causing serious problems for the Liberian people. They have not been there to respect the rule of law. Omar Barker, since he came into power up to present, everything he does is to violate the constitution of our country. And he have not been there to do the real thing that actually someone would think that an elderly person would be in the government for record age to do the right thing, and he's not doing it. He's doing the way he feels of doing things. So basically, what I do observing this thing here is this. What I do know, we the Liberian, I don't know, we don't learn lessons. Because if we can really learn lessons, this government that been existing for a few period of time, they should think wisely to know what caused the civil war in our country. They should think about that and behave well, but didn't care. So at the end of the day, God forbid if anything go wrong, the innocent people, the poor people will suffer. Look at what is happening now to the bullet. According to some information I just got, the local government's minister was investigated quite recently, according to some information I heard, that he was involving some clandestine mining activities in that area that brought these kind of skirmishes between the Guineans and the Liberian government. He and the brother of the deputy speaker of Liberia, Thomas Farah brother, and the internal affairs, local government ministers, both of them were doing some clandestine mining in that area there that dragged into this kind of calamities between the two countries. But nevertheless, they learned the speed that people are talking about. To be very frank, if you will look at the actual map of our country before the independence of Guinea, Liberia was occupying many parts of Guinea. Liberia was far beyond that borough. Far beyond that borough before the independence of Guinea. But because of those that became the first administrator of our country were not too sophisticated compared to the French administration and things and the British people, that how come Liberia have reduced to this level? But since then, the bullet situation have not been properly rectified between the three countries. Up to present, there are still small misunderstanding. But one of the disadvantages I can see today, somebody who feel that he's a giant, he got a bigger strength, he can move on and do anything. We see some of the example in Iran today. The American government come there and bomb the place. Everybody just begging him to stop bombing. He's sort of standing firmly to tell him what he's doing is wrong. Everybody just begging him to stop doing. So that's the same thing with Liberia and Guinea today. If there's a disturbance, the misunderstanding between the two countries, why should you cross into the other country and place your flag there? If you have any differences with your neighboring country, why you can't go to the ECOWAS and lay your complaint so you can go into it amicably? But you're trying to muscle the first. Try to show their strength. That's what the Guinean government is doing. And the president we have, to be realistic, he have not been straightforward person. From the time that people been knowing him, every aspect of him is just a kind of tricky technique he always involved in. He himself been saying, when you were even young, you used to give salt to go to sell it to the Lebanese people.
Yeah, so we'll keep some of the opinions as the program continues, so we can.
So that is my observation. My observation on this, Mr. Linfa, is we will talk from now to tomorrow. So long Mr. Barkers is in the leadership, he will do whatever he feel like doing, and he will not care about whatever feeling the Liberian people have. And the citizens of our country too don't even have feeling for their very self. Because you and I right now talk on behalf of them, they will go above and criticize us and sometimes denigrate us.
Yeah,
and it's suffering. They are suffering.
Linfa, please go into the letter from Kura Fofana, because Adolphus is seeing something here. If that letter not coincide the same with what Yeka Koluba says, so if the letter from Kula Fofana office, she's the press secretary to the president, if they see as Yeka's statement, then both Yeke and the president should be impeached. So I want you to read that letter, and then we can.
Okay, I have the letter on my. I have the letter on my cell phone. Because if I put it,
that lady is not, the position she got is not an impeachable position. She can be dismissed if it's misbehaved. It can
be. He is saying the president.
She brought a statement from the president office.
Oh, okay. If the president is aware of the document,
exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make here.
Okay. So the letter, if I put it on the screen, it will be very hard for me to read it. because of the print. So I'll read it from my cell phone, but where it's red line, the letter is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs, but the one in the middle is where you see the red line is where the actual content is. It says recent incidents in the Solomba area of Foya District, Lofa County, have raised concern among residents and local authorities following reports of confrontation between Guinean soldiers and
Soldier.
Liberian civilians near the border. Local sources indicated that tensions intensified after Guinean troops crossed into territory claimed by Liberia near the Solumba border community with Lufa. So there is an English word here, claim. English verb, claim. To claim something is to lay in ownership to it. To say, okay, yeah, this thing, I have it. And it's possible that you do not own it, but you are claiming it. It's also possible that it belongs to you, so you are claiming it. So this is English language, but the context in which you use it and the timing is also important. So if this letter has said that Guinean soldiers crossed into territory owned by Liberia, it will be very clear cut. There will be no dispute. But you say claim, so you can claim something that doesn't belong to you.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So Alfonso Terry, the thing here is, look, sometimes when we're talking, you gotta look at both sides. Yeah, okay, Alfonso Terry, I'll tell you to count the show and tell us how you pronounce your last name. Sorry. So if I say Terry or Tali, well, forgive me. I didn't go to school to learn people's name. So what we're saying here, not that somebody is trying to twist the fact or whatever, but what we know is what we're talking about. No, there are certain statements you want to make. And if you use the wrong choice of word, you can damage your whole intent or intention for making that statement. So you got to be probably because my profession as a former journalist is we are very careful with words, because if you say anything, I'm gonna play the link. He reminds me of Charge.
I will copy the link and play it. Let flow. I will copy and
he
play
reminds me of Charge when he went on go through this, and it was the Sawyer government when Egomo grabbed me. They say, "Why you want to BBC interview?" He said, "No, you play my tape." They said, "No, but tell her the thing get on the tape. Why you talking?" He said, "No, but you play the tape."
He said, let me play my cassette. That's what he said.
He said, "Let me play." No, say why you gotta say. Why you want to say? He said, "No, let me play the cassette so that I see the tape."
And the boy said, you should allow that man to play cassette before you allow everybody here.
So there were who allowed me to play cassette.
So,
on a serious note, yeah.
Let's give the historical content of the dispute, because that's something. It's not just not business.
We'll get a historical content, but let me highlight the importance of the choice of word, because a lot of people not understand. No, if you can clean anybody, the word clean, go and define it. Clean is to lay ownership on something. Okay, so the thing could not be for you, and you say it for me. So now Guinea is claiming that this area is for them. So let's use that word clean as the Liberian government used it. Guinea is claiming that this land is for them, but we Liberians are saying no, it's not for you, it's for us. Okay, so if our government say an area claimed, a territory claimed by Liberia, so Guinea can also say for us, the Liberian people say they are claiming it. You see it? So you got to be very careful. Your choice of word. Your choice of word can damage your intent for doing certain things. So probably because I play with words most time. That's why I'm saying it this way. I'm saying it, but I wouldn't use, if I were writing a very political statement, I wouldn't use the word claim. I would say an area owned by Liberia. Okay, so that would be clear. That's your position, that you own it. So
Linford, let me ask you. Yeka Koduba as a lawmaker,
Mhm.
he also as a human being that have an opinion on issue. He's not part of the joint security of the nation. Although he represents his people, he's not part of that group. He also has his opinion to make. So making an opinion can cause him to lose his seat. Is he not performing for the people that he represents? Is that because he's saying that? So my question here now, say it's going this way. My question here is, what is the outcome of the meeting that was held in Guinea? Why is it when the president came back, it been how many, over a month now, the citizen was not briefed. So everyone been speculating. Now, the president called the lawmaker back to get rid of Yeke Koruba because that's how it appeared. So now, if he can call the lawmaker back to get rid of Yeke Koruba, but this particular president, isn't he's the lawbreaker that don't respect the constitution that he's so ought to protect? So how come somebody invaded my house as a father in a home, my children in a house, as care to protect my children? I cannot go in the restroom. My children can go in the restroom. The Guineans are sitting there, and nobody know what is happening. But he calling on the lawmaker to remove somebody. Isn't that the lawmaker supposed to be calling him to find out what have you done to protect us? Because the Guineans are still there. So why are they twisting the thing around that they want to do? Because Yeke Koruba said,
Hold on, small, Paul.
yeah,
Let me get twisted all the way around. All the people who making laws that Yeke say they learn for the people. What if Yeke has said the land is not for the people? So the Guinean soldier then will move. If Yeke has just said it, that okay, the land not for you. In passively, like what he said. Okay, so would have the Guinean that will move the Guinean soldier? No. But let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you the main factor, the reason why the government is taking this thing serious. Number one, there are several factors, but I would leave the internal ones. I will base on the external one. Which when Yeke made a statement, the people, the Guinean television, national television and radio, they had it on their news headline. So that's why the government library is so much jittering. You see it? The Guinean television reportedly they said, oh yeah, one of the lawmakers even confirmed it. You see it? That's why got the government on their feet. But I would have thought at this point that when the three presidents met, the president of Liberia, who is our president, would have come back to brief the nation and tell us what happened in the meeting. Even if he doesn't give us, not that he had to read the minutes of the meeting, but just tell us, okay, we met and this is what he didn't do it. The Minister of Information have been trying to play around this thing and even checking the Liberian people up by saying, if you think the government is not doing anything, listen, you get paid as Minister of Information, okay? And the president gets paid as president to protect us. So you can tell us to go and volunteer to get gun to go fight Guinea. Guinea is not fighting us. Guinea can claim our land. So if we feel that we own this land, we should do everything to repossess it. And so whether Yeke said the land for the people or enough for them, how effective is it with the government decision to try to negotiate or use any means that they can get this land back? So if I say today the president will die, what do I have gone to shoot the president? Do I have the president life? No. If I say today Liberia will burn, so what you do? The same president here, he threatened that if he doesn't win, Liberia are going to burn. So should we hold him responsible at that time? So you see, but when you got serious issues at hand and you leave it and you base your action on trivial, minute, something that does not even affect anything, I mean, it becomes so glaring that this is just vision because of Yeke's hard learning position on the government. That's it. That's how people will look at it. Whether the statement Yeke made is bad, fine, good. But the way you will handle it, you got serious issue. The Guinean soldiers are still there. So, okay, let's say Yeke can't do this. So we take back my statement. I was wrong. Okay, Guinea, you'll go by. How does that make any difference?
Yeah,
Tell
God,
me.
you see, Linfo,
Alfonso,
we,
you cannot dictate. No, Akami Padore, Alfonso, you cannot be your dictator. You can't tell me what to say. You can't tell Yeke what to say. I can't tell what the thing you're talking. Can I tell you what to say? I cannot tell you what to say. It's your feeling. You saying what you saying.
But Padre come in so I can tell
Yeah, Padore, go on.
is it not this Joseph Boycott that demolished people's homes and told the nation that God not making land anymore? And the very people who he demolished, that the people who he swore to protect. So where were we going here? I'm a bit confused with Yeke statement. Oh, let's move Yeke. But the Guinean soldiers still sitting down. You have not done anything to remove them, but you want to remove Yeke. This is the pure hypocrisy that I get into someone else. But daughter, I don't know how you see it, but I think this is ugly. The people still sitting there. They're not removing from, they won't remove them. No means to get them out, but they're going after Yeke.
yeah, you see, Paul, as I said initially, the government that we have doesn't care. If it was a government who care, you will have a bigger issue on hand that you were going to be concentrating on. But the government don't care, so they will do whatever they want to do. Nothing will come out of it because there's nobody to retaliate administrative-wise to stop them from doing the wrong thing. This is not the first time they remove a lawmaker from place. They have done it with the former Speaker of the House. Unlawfully, we talk, everybody talk, get tired. 7 months, they were under nonsense thing. At the end of the day, they kicking out forcibly and bring some senseless guy, call you said, Speaker of the House, Eugene Speaker. He going from one, or a woman now was going after people, women from all angles.
Padore, please, Padore, sorry. If you're making a statement, just say alleged, but it's not a decision.
But there's a evidence, there's a video evidence.
But we want to keep it. We want to keep it because even you, nobody from outside, most of the people that are making comment want to make a derogatory statement about you. I'll still stop them. So
yeah, okay. So, listen, but what I'm trying to say,
the old people. The old people say we get blood in our stomach, but we can say erase oil. We get blood inside our stomach. We can say erase oil. We know all these things, but we say polish it.
But okay, thank you very much for sometimes when you see things that are not supposed to be right and people doing it, and it's sometimes can annoy people to a certain extent. So this is the situation. Yeka Koluba, he been very vulgar. These are the same words that he was saying against the past regime, and this regime now, we're in bed with him.
Yeah, in fact, Yeke was the giant for them.
He was a guiding ball for them.
And it's small thing, Yeke will be to the forefront with men.
Yeke was a guiding ball for them. Now, Yeke doing the same thing to them. Then they want to impeach him or kick him out of the powers or kick him out of the House of Representatives. And reason that they put it out is not justifiable for impeachment or expulsion, because there's no law said that once somebody make a statement, he did not make any statement that have something is potent, is something that can cause any insecurity, instabilities of our country. No, he did not say any statement that will make people to rebel against the government. No, he does not lead any rebellion against the government. He make a statement that quoting from the very government officials' press conference. So why should they go after him for that?
Paul, pull out the border. Let's see what we're talking about.
So basically, what I can say here, to be very frank, gentlemen, is we will talk and get tired so long Unity Party's administration is eager to remove whoever. They will do everything because they got the capacities in their hand today to do whatever they want to do. So they will do it. That's what I can say here.
Thank you, Pat Dolly. Now, for those of you watching, you can see the map, and you know, I blame all these things, all the conflict, border conflict in Africa. I blame it on the West, on the Europeans when they sat in Berlin and divided our country without us even being there. That's why they say if you are not on the table, you become the menu. Okay, if you are not on the dining table, you become the menu. So we were the menu. They were dividing us while we were sitting in Africa, and they were taking us. If you look at the map is not straight. Curve, deep into Liberia, deep into Guinea. Look at the northern part. Liberia going way deep in Guinea. Then Guinea too coming way deep inside us. Then on the other side to Nima, it going deep inside. So you see what they did. So when all these things happen, we Africans should be united, you know. And this is straightly going to Guinea. And this thing is not from today. Paul put out our information, historical information now. If you look at this here, it says the border between Guinea or between the two countries was something black me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Through a treaty between Liberia and France. Okay, so the border, because Liberia was already an independent country, right? So it was France and Liberia who demarcated, who set up this border, okay, between Liberia and France, which then controlled Guinea as a colony in the late 19th and 20th centuries, the late 19th century and the early 20th century, right? In 1907, Liberia signed a convention ceding a large area of the northern territory to France or to French Guinea, adjusting the border. Like I was just telling you, that adjustment, that's why you got a curve. It's not a straight border, it's a curve. We're going deep in Guinea. At some point, then Guinea coming deep into us, and then we're going back deep into Guinea. Okay? So Liberia signed this convention giving a large portion of the northern territory to French Guinea at the time, adjusting the border to follow natural features like rivers and mountain ranges, including the Nima Mountain. And at that time, the only thing they could use as demarcation, as mark of demarcation was, you know, the natural features. So, okay, it would be difficult if we plant let's say cornerstone right here, it will be difficult to see, but the river will be here. Even if the river dry, you still see the map. So the river is a border. Okay, yeah, we agree. Yeah, we agree. Now on the other side is the mountain. And you see the mountain here? Yes, the mountain is a border because the mountain will not go. Mountain will always be there. So they're using the natural features as a border. So if that river were coming deep into Liberia, that the side of the river on the Guinea side will come deep, and then at a certain point, you know, rivers don't flow straight. So if it's curving and going back deep into Guinea, then we'll so stay following and go deep into Guinea, into the landmass. At that time, there was nothing like Guinea, there was nothing like Liberia, but the people divided. So all these things started a long time ago. And they say the supplementary agreement in 1911 clarified some details, but the demarcation work carried out by the point or the Joint Commission, rather, it's so small. The Joint Commission between 1926 and 1929 was never fully formalized into a binding treaty agreement, something like that. So this thing has been like that. So let me tell you, if Liberia were powerful enough, Liberia can cross even over the mountain, because that's one of the marks. Cross over the mountain and go into Guinea and say they play for us. It is the Guinean now that will say, no, enough for you. Okay, the same thing they drink in Liberia. And I don't think, and this is where I got a problem with the leaders of ECOWAS. I mean, not ECOWAS, but Emmanuel Riwa, because they're supposed to know how these things happen. They're supposed to follow the history. So one country can actually march into the other one and say, I'm taking this part. And it all boils down to what Patoli was trying to say earlier on. Guys, you come in, but let me just say this. What Patoli was trying to say earlier on, that it is the government of President Bouakar, but I don't want to blame it on the UP government right now. I want to blame it on the Liberian government. Because the fact that we do not have a strong military, and that comes from where we came from, the war. So Guinea can take advantage of us. The same thing, the same example Patolo gave me, where America will come from way in the east, in the west, and go in the east and say we are threatened by these people. Okay, you can't be living in Monrovia and then you say John Brown, way interpreter, is threatening you when you can't see John Brown. Okay, so when you get power, you can use it any kind of way. Guinea know they see us, they know Liberia is weak militarily at this point, so they can do anything. Imagine the guys sitting in Kino and crossing to can cross on our land. You think the guys have seen heavy weapons at that border on our side? You think they'll go sit in Kino and start crossing? No, they'll have a second thought. Because you see, military men crossing to can, they come in for intention, so you can blow the whole group up. They will not do it. You see it? But again, because we don't have it, they know our strength already. And that's why they were doing it. So, guys, I don't know how this will end with the Yeka Koluba situation, but all of you who making noise, up to now, I haven't heard Afonso Tale's position on this thing. Afonso, do you support the removal of Yeka? Because this is the point that we want to make it tonight. Do you support the removal of Yeka Koluba? And if yes, why? And if no, why? That's the question we're asking. And let's see what Francis Mensah is saying. Francis says, so if Yeka uses those invectives on President Alexander B. Cummings, will you? No, you see, we're not politicizing this thing here. Yeka did not abuse Cummings, or Bouakar. In this case, Yeka made a statement. This is not Yeka have been abusing all the leaders. Okay, so we're not backing anybody. If Cummings becomes president and he does the wrong thing, that Yeka can abuse him, fine. Use invectives on him, fine. That Yeka's opinion. I'm not the one to decide why Yeka would tell Cummings or why Yeka would tell George Weah. Why Yeka
but Linford, and we have freedom of speech in a country that when Prefect Key were causing everybody, Joseph Numa Bouakar backing that you were abusing everyone. And that freedom of speech.
The legal advisor, Puchu Benke.
Yeah, exactly. Freedom of speech. So if Yeka abused Bouakar, so why should Yeka be impeached? So you see how the story going. So to our audience, the question is there: Do you
support the impeachment of Yeka because of his opinion? Yes or no? Exactly. Okay, but wait.
Which I want to know.
Okay, gentlemen, let me get in chat one point here, and we can discuss that too. You know that if they put pressure on Yeka and they want to impeach him, Yeka can resign. Okay, instead of impeaching, he can resign, and then when he resigns, if there is vacancy there, in district 10, he can still run. Okay, he can still declare his intention to run because this man the government will not go tell the person I'm not for Yeka because he already resigned. He's ordinary person. So why are they wasting all their time? Why you leave the Guinean soldier at the border, then you want to remove Yeka? Who get? So if I say today the heaven will fall down in Liberia, so you can arrest me, or I say okay, Guinea, Liberia for you can't hold me responsible. Or I say, okay, Liberia, Guinea for you. Liberia, Joe Bouakar, go take Guinea for you. How does that affect anything? I mean, there's a simple silly thing that we're wasting our time on.
So, but, Linford, before you pardon let's have a conversation here. Mm-hmm. The guy who took oath to protect the people, somebody march onto your land. You doing nothing, you telling no one anything, but you behind the man who made a statement. What is the lawmaker not calling Joseph Numa Bouakar to answer to them? That's thing we should be discussing here.
Oh no, and we do expect that to happen because look at the lawmakers. These are people who chase brown envelope. Lawmakers who were taken to hotel for complete 3, 4, 5 months just to remove
7 months. 7 months.
People are not serious.
So you see where Labra headed? The Guineans are sitting on the land. The president doing jack about it. This is scary. He is very scared that, if we send Bosco to the border, the Guineans will shoot. Hey, man, small Iran, they're making America to crowd to sign agreement. Then the president enter your house, you know your house, you scared. I mean, let's be honest here, man. I think this thing around removing Yeke, it should be the other way around. The men
If
who
I
told
tell you, no matter how you twist my word around me, I'm independent man. I've been in the game for long. I've been in the game for a very long time. I'm scared of nobody. You see me so? I'm scared of nobody. Let me tell you, I am saying the statement Yeke made, it got no bearing on the case. Okay, if I go, I stay on Broad Street today, I say, okay, President Waka, Guinea for Liberia, go take Liberia will take Guinea. How in your own mind, how does that make sense? Okay, or Guinea can't take Liberia for you. How does that make sense? How does that affect anybody on Broad Street? The man selling waters are you think Guinea so you can't take man. That just statement. Somebody made a statement, but because the government is damn lazy, the government cannot. It's just like, you know, Paul, you go, your friend may attack you, doing all the fight. When your wife talk, you can't who not that way. You
can't be your wife. Exactly. Yeah. For that's what they do.
Instead of you facing your friend, man, I wife that you want.
That's exactly what they do. They're too scared to face the Guinean soya. They say let's run behind Yeke, but they know it's not going to go away. So the tiny guy said to go through all the legal process, remove it. So the Guinea keep expanding. They keep expanding. So what happened? By the time you realize they finish taking the whole of Lofa County,
you know what can get to me? You know what can get to me?
The information when people the minister of local government were involved in clandestine money, so they found him guilty. What they doing about him?
Have they found him guilty?
That's what they said. He said they found him guilty.
No, but then we have not heard about it. So that one we can. But what I'm saying is when people try to link Yeke position to what he said, then go to America. And if I tell you are in America, some of your lawmakers, Democrats, Republicans, they are talking against the war that Donald Trump carried to America. How many of them are being impeached? How many of them are trying to impeach? Rather, lawmakers are signing, they are grouping to try to make a case against Donald Trump. That's what they are doing. So when you miss somebody, see like one boy come from way Bongonima, who does not know what he's talking, they are just surprised. When you Alfonso made a kind of statement, in America, anybody can stand up and I got thousands of videos that I can show you. People, lawmakers are speaking against it. How many times they say, okay, you're going to money people? But let me tell you, this is Liberia, Paul, and you have always said this thing that Liberia is not a normal country. I mean, this is a country where lawmakers, whether they are from opposition or from the ruling party, they are all the same. They are all chasing one thing. The reason these guys go into that house is to make money. As long as the government say, okay, your Muyeke will get about Brian Lilo. I mean, who doesn't want to get a quick 100,000 in quick money that you work for? Quick money, 100,000 each. Don't do it. And this is where the money go. This is how Liberia gets broke. Because even I said it last time, the reason why our military is not strong because the leaders are afraid of the military. If they empower the military and they are doing the wrong thing, the military might take over. That's why they are afraid.
Linford.
Yes.
Let me play the video. Let me just play it from a phone. I'm trying to connect it. It's being hard. So Alfonso Taylor can be happy. This is what he said on Spoon. Let me replace this.
We first need to tell the Liberian people that from my information, from my survey that I have done, that place is for the Guineans. Remember what I'm saying today. Mark this and remember it. We had an argument today for plenty. People from Lofa were there. And people from Lofa know very well that place, when you look at the map, that place is in the yellow. That particular place in there is in the yellow. People from Lofa are aware, they are informed, they are convinced.
Okay.
So
he said he got it from his sources.
Yes.
He got what Yeke said. He got evidence.
Yeah, he said information that he got.
He got information
that he made. So why you want to remove him? Okay. So if you remove him, why you can't ask for the evidence, but you want to remove him? Okay, Yeke made his statement. So instead of removing him, ask for the evidence, take him to court, let the court ask him to produce it. So why do you want to remove him? That's what I don't understand. So if you remove Yeke, then you're not going to ask for, and you know why they want to remove Yeke? When they remove Yeke now, then they will take him to court. to go provide evidence. You see what? Because in his position now, they cannot take him to court to do that. You see, so this government is wasting time. And if I so tell it, if you are advisor to the government, we want you to tell them that what they're doing is wrong. And Yeka did not say Guinea, you can't take a land. Yeka said he got information, his investigation. Ask him for the evidence. Simple as that. Simple. But anyway, Liberia belongs to all of us. Yeke has the right to talk. I have the right to talk. And like anybody else. Okay? So yeah, but the house is not investigating. They are trying to remove him. We want the investigation. Nobody's blocking the investigation.
But this is the point.
Yeah.
So based on what we just heard from Yeke,
investigate him, but don't move him.
Do you agree with the president to remove Yeke? So my thought here is, if they're going to remove Yeke for making statement, the guy who is being paid to protect us, and he refused to protect us, what should we do with this guy? Linford?
The people who would depend on to remove that guy, they are the one in the pocket of the guy. So
yeah, so you see,
the poor voters, we can tell the poor voters who are being affected in Lofa County, who are not making a farm this year because the president failed to protect them. They should be the one to make a decision come 2029. So the thing is very simple, clear and cut. You know, it's very clear. In 2029, vote Unity Party or whether that Jeremiah on the ticket, whether that Joe Boaka on the ticket, vote them out because they cannot protect you. You can see it. People cross into your country. Whether one of your, even if you get to gun, and he say, I'm carrying a gun to the Guinean soldier, so they can leave Yeka here. Yeka is in your country. Try to confront the external threat. Confront the external threat. And forget about one man. How I don't understand this thing. So you're telling your party the
simple. We said it here. The Senate Prophet Key to prison, Yeke was the next person. So they've been finding things to hook Yeke. That's all. But if you look at it, it does not make sense. But I think that the people in Lofa County should rise up to the president that took over to protect them. How come? It got over 2 months now, the Guineans still sitting down.
And let me just say this. Maybe they will come for me in Norway. If they remove Yeke, the tension at the border will intensify. Trust me. If they remove Yeke, the Guineans will get more aggressive. Not that the Guineans are backing Yeke, but the Guineans will know that the statement, that just the removal of Yeke alone will make a Guinean to know that the statement he made is true. But the people that are using their hair in this government, they are not using their hair at all. I'm telling you something serious. Look, just remove Yeke and see what will happen. When they remove Yeke, the border will intensify. I'm telling you something. But they're not looking at that. They're taking it for fun. Not that the Guinean will be backing Yeke, but it will give them more ground to say, oh, the statement they made is true, and that's why they remove him. So we got to press and get this place. And then we'll see whether the government will now go. I know who they will get now. I know what to go do now. Because what you're supposed to be doing, now we're not saying you should go fight. What we're saying is go and make the most necessary negotiation. Contact ECOWAS is there. AU is there. The Mano River Unit does not seem to be working because it's one of their members who is doing this thing. So he may refuse to even sit down in a conference with you. So that is clear. But go to ECOWAS or AU. That's the point we're making. Okay. But you leave all of that, then you're concentrating on one man who just gave his opinion. So, and that's why I said, what if I say, okay, President Boaka, Guinea for all, go take Guinea. The whole land of Guinea is for all, go and take it. So will Boaka go and take it today? I don't understand.
You see, Limfa,
do
you know that our government don't respect the ECOWAS?
How?
So, yeah, they have done it. They demonstrated it before. When the ECOWAS sent a delegation to Liberia in terms of that conflict, when they were doing everything humanly possible to remove the former speaker, the ECOWAS sent a delegation to tell them to stop what they were doing because it was a bad precedent. They never listened to ECOWAS. So can they go to that same ECOWAS today to say, oh, somebody have come and forcibly take possession of our land, so we want you people to intervene? No way.
Oh yeah, they can go to ECOWAS.
Even if you do go to ECOWAS, will not even eating the ECOWAS, don't know what is going on in Liberia today.
You can go to ECOWAS. That's the channel, Padole.
Yeah, even if you go there, what would be the outcome?
So it doesn't matter. Just make the laws that you go to ECOWAS. When ECOWAS do nothing, then you say, okay.
Mr. Limbo, Mr. Chulopli, you come to me when I was having conflicts with my family, my wife, or my child. I was having misunderstanding with them. I was very much.
So that internal problem. No, Padole, don't.
I'm just trying to explain. I'm giving you a typical example.
Yeah.
It in the ECOWAS don't know why it's happening. It in Liberia don't know that it's supposed to go to ECOWAS. Why they have not gone up to present?
Yeah, because they want to remove Yeke.
This is the common sense.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Removing Yeke, knowing fully well that will not solve the problem. But they got different interior motives against Yeke. You understand what I'm saying? The interior motive is to kick him out of the parliament so they can prosecute him and put him behind bars.
But the problem still remains.
Yeah.
They're going to take months to go through all the rigmarole because they'll go to the Supreme Court as well. They're going to take counsel. Every day they make noise behind Yeke. The Guineans are going, the Guineans are getting deeper in Liberia.
The government
so pretty soon, Lofa County will not be part of Liberia.
You see,
and that's how it's going to be because they want a mountain.
Feel that he got more equipment, more power, that he can do anything. And they have done it to Sierra Leone. What happened to Sierra Leone? They feed the Sierra Leone government expelled their embassy, Guinean embassy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. Let's come back to Liberia.
So, gentlemen, our government will not go to ECOWAS.
No.
Believe me or not.
Okay, whether they don't go or not, what we're saying, no, let me tell you. There's a way to handle this thing. Even if they don't go to ECOWAS, the same Manual Rural Union, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't heard the Afroren say anything in this thing. Maybe they have said something, but I haven't heard anything. So they can stay work there. It will be like 3 against 1, okay? Guinea. So you got Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Ivory Coast. The 3 of them can call Guinea and talk to them. I mean, what I'm saying for me, my point here is they should find solution to this thing instead of running behind one man. The statement a man cannot change anything. Eh? It cannot change anything. Whether you can say today Liberia will burn, it can't burn Liberia. Once you get into fire there. Whether you can say Guinea, you can't tell Liberia today. Guinea will not can't tell Liberia if they don't if Liberia does. I mean, how does that work? Okay, Liberia, you go take Guinea. How can we take Guinea? So the man was just talking.
Yeah. Before Francis, welcome Francis. Before Francis come in, you said something here that you went outside there, you and your friend beat you angry, you came and took it on your wife. This is exactly what the Liberia story like. Joseph Newman Barker, the president of Liberia, he's so scared and he lazy to deal with this guy from Guinea, so he won't take it on somebody to please his chef. But that's what happened.
We're not jelly. That is fine. We ain't get it. Yeah. But you see, what pisses me off, Francis, welcome. But what pisses me in the whole thing here that people not understanding is we ain't get it. We all agree. All yeah. No, now one individual can stand up and say Liberia, Guinea, Liberia, nobody in the region right now. Because it's not our fault. It's the war. We came from there. But we're not encouraging that. But what we're saying here is go and try to help. Even if it costs all of the presidency, all Liberia, you cannot go lay down in front of the Guinean president begging, we'll go. Not look for a solution. But leave Yeke. Because Yeke's statement got no bearing. It cannot change any damn thing. Why
This
is no rocket science.
Liberia gets
This is no rocket science.
permanent membership at the UN. Louis Brown is sitting down there. Why can't they use Louis Brown to get a Security Council to call Guinea if they want to go through ECOWAS? They have the means. I said, this is just laziness on the government. I've been on it. They're just lazy. So they just picking on Yeke that they know they'll create more noise. And in the chaos of noise, what happened? Hey, Lofa County gone. Welcome, Francis. Let's hear you.
Look, again, I want to thank you guys for the show. And it's a very interesting topic, and how to our viewers. I understand where you guys come from, but I think this what do you call it? Show, or what do you call it? Should elevate the conversation and start going around things that are trivial. Yeke's statement is treasonous in the eyes of the lawmakers, and the latest report from the border that the Guineans have left, certain part of Lofa, they are retreating gradually. So there are efforts behind the scene that is being carried out by the government. What I understand from you guys is that you expect the government to go with force, with brute force, a matter of fact, to emphasize, to go engage the Guineans.
I just said it.
The tone of
No. I'll not let you go further. No. I'll not let you go. I just said in my last statement that even if the president wants all Liberians to go and roll in front, we want an amicable solution to this thing. They should be seeking solution instead of following Yeke. That's exactly what I just said. Okay, so nobody is saying that. I told you, Liberia doesn't. We even get bow and arrow. When you go stand in front of Guinea with your chest, when they get all the weapons, we cannot make it. So you try it, that would be suicidal. So it's better we seek any amicable solution. That's my point. That's the position of the Bottomline Liberia discussion. We are not saying the government should, what will get a force from. It's unrealistic. I'm not that stupid enough, or none of us on the show here is that stupid enough to say Liberia should go face Guinea. What will carry there? Yeah? That's not what we're preaching. We are saying that forget Yeke is not a Liberian. Yeke not running away. Yeke is in the government. Solve the problem at hand first. When we finish, when the Guineans retreat, then you come to Yeke and say, "My man, what are you talking all the thing for?"
The problem is being solved. Look, you guys are creating the picture that Guineans went to the border, attack the country, kill our citizens.
We did not say that. Nobody used that word. Nobody said it. No, nobody said it. Nobody said it.
Francis, isn't the Guinea cross and put flare up? That's invasion. What are you talking about? The man will cross the border and put his country flag up in your leg. That's invasion. You know how to shoot somebody?
Is the Guinean flag stay up?
No,
but they did put flag up. That was invasion.
No, wait. Let me answer Francis.
Is the Guinean flag
what is your question?
Up?
Your question is whether the
flag stay up.
Okay, the Guinea put flag up.
Is the flag stay up? I don't say
the Guinea put flag up.
You asked me a question. I asked you a question. If the Guinean flag stay up.
Yeah. I answer you.
Yeah.
I say yeah. That's my answer.
Wait, my answer.
Investigate my answer.
If you look at the Guinean army, right? In the military, they have the Guinean flag on their. So the flag stay up. They stay on your leg.
Please. No, Paul, please. Tell me. Francis, your question was whether is the Guinean flag stay or I say yes. Let me answer your question. Do not investigate my answer. Let me ask you too. The Guinea put flag up? The Guinea put flag on in Liberia?
It did.
Okay, fine.
For a short time.
Yeah. Gentlemen.
No. I'm not looking at the duration. So if Guinea had come, okay, like America went to Iran and bombed the Ayatollah died. So you say, oh, that one bomb they drive Ayatollah died. The damage was caused. The moment Guinea can put that flag on, they caused the damage already. Do you know that? So what you want to defend here?
Listen. Our argument here tonight is before going after Jacob Kolba, do whatever necessary procedure to do to defuse the conflict between Guinea and Liberia.
Simple.
So that is our argument tonight.
Yeah.
Our argument
So
is not
I
to
mean,
say,
so may I ask every one of you guys here?
Take manpower.
Let me ask you guys.
And engage
So-
the Guinean soldier. That's not the argument we make
Let
here.
me ask you guys. So, to the best of you guys' knowledge, what do you guys know that the government is doing about this situation, and what the government is not doing?
Nothing.
Government going after somebody who is not.
Hold on,
No.
Padre.
Ask about the
See-
Guinean situation.
Yeah.
That's what
To
we
the
say.
best of my knowledge,
People like president.
Government
You say-
is going after
government is doing
somebody
nothing.
who is
And
not
ask me why.
relevant into the
from the
case.
best of my knowledge, when Joseph Newman Boyka visited Guinea, he came back, he said nothing. The information minister said a Liberians are talking, they must come, they'll give them arm to go for it. So we don't know the outcome of that meeting. So the government is doing absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yes.
But going
Because you do
after,
not know the outcome of the meeting, so you are insinuating that the government.
But
is
nobody
not doing
knows.
anything.
So I have the right to
Paul,
nothing.
my way. Hey, Paul, your way. Let me take it, Francis. On. So, Francis, we don't know the outcome of the meeting from Guinea, right? So, why do you want us to say?
So let me tell you the outcome
No.
of the meeting. Say you do not
Hey, don't
know.
tell me anything. I can't answer my question.
no,
What do
okay,
you want us to say?
God, let me get Francis
No,
the
no.
chair. He said he know what happened from.
Yeah,
the
just wait,
outcome from
Padre.
Guinea
Just wait. Let me bring a man for once and for all, so you can go to bed. So, what you want us to say? The government want for meeting. We know nothing. So, what you want us
Because
to
if you
say?
do not understand, they keep quiet because you don't have anything to say, but you don't know.
Oh,
so
so we are not
just
listening. We don't have the right,
allow
eh?
it to- just do not go.
So,
in
we don't-
free.
so
All
we
right,
don't
tell
have to
us,
see-
Francis.
not go-
Tell us what happened. Tell us what
Going
happened.
around with conjecturing around the place that the government is not doing. The government is doing something.
You
about
get
it.
foreign country can put that flag on your land. You do it. Then that one lawmaker is going beyond. Okay, grab you get call you get through today, and see
But
what happens.
what's so big for hanging your flag up? In the modern day and age, what's so big for putting your flag up in your country, another man's land, and you move it and you remove it? It's not a big deal.
You made that statement. You
No,
should be
the
held in
flag state
contempt.
on Francis it's not
Wait,
moved
wait.
there because
President should be held in contempt for making that statement.
the
If I were in the house,
military
I would hold
person,
you. How can you say
another
the people that
military
flag mean
cross the
nothing?
border in military uniform with their country flag on it, the flag stay up.
But Paul,
They stay in your
Paul.
country.
Paul, wait. Francis just made a treasonable statement. He is saying that the people that flag on your country mean nothing. Are you saying that? Did you say that, Francis? Are you sincere?
He's muted.
That
He's
the people-
muted.
You are muted. You say the people that flag on it mean nothing?
I'll say that again. The Guinea put the flag up and they removed the flag. So what's the big deal?
Okay.
But they stay on your soil.
No. Listen, it made no big deal. So then your league, so because you can say they play for the people and they finish moving, so then your league, because it made any deal. You can say they play for the people. That's why they put a flag on, and then they move that flag. So then why you want to hold yake?
You see?
It's simple. It's very simple. Your league yake now. You see how you bring your own name.
Oh no! I mean, listen, because this thing, I don't think there's any ground for the direction we're going. Jäger colleagues have seen that for the mere fact that his stature and his position in the country, they see that they deem that his utterances were treasonous, and it has the propensity to embolden the people. I mean, the Guineans more and more.
Yeah, but any Guinean have moved that flag, and you say nothing wrong. So then why you holding yake?
Fair enough, Francis. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But my
Fair
question to you, as the person who support this government, since the government have not said anything of somebody sitting on our land, have what they seen lawmaker cannot call the very government to ask them question But yeke on they take it serious that the man who sworn to the Bible to protect us, that somebody come in his house and he refused to take the person out, why can the lawmaker call him? It's the man who's supposed to be answering question. Why can't they call him?
My man, friends,
And then people and they returning, and you guys crying, you guys are already crying.
They're returning to remove Yeke. They're not returning to call Joseph Baka to answer for why is it Guineans are sitting on our land. That's what they're supposed to be doing.
Oh, you don't impeach Yeke.
But why did they impeach Baka who violated and who refused to protect the people? That's my question.
The president has never refused to protect the people. The president came and made
the Guineans are sitting on the land, Francis. So why the men who don't want to protect or the posted sitting on the land?
We are just going in circle with this thing. Yeah,
exactly. So what are we going to do? Want the government to go and start attacking people?
Nobody say that. Don't come.
Then what you guys want to do?
To call the government, to call the president. What happened? They posted something on our land. We want to know.
People say big issue going on. They're not looking after that. And
then you chasing one man who is one of your own.
As far as that issue is not big. The big issue is Yeke Koluba.
Look at.
You see, look, I said that thing on the when it went for Prophet Key, it's a scene that you see, look,
if you talk to your man Francis, I beg you, Francis. If I so tired, I beg you, can't talk to your man Francis. Your man Francis say the Guinean put it. You see, the UP people, the UP people, they are special kind of people. For the fact that Francis will tell us the people that fly on the ground, it means nothing. In fact, they not take you. Okay, but then you're the Yeke because the statement Yeke made, you said that I want importing the Guinean to put a flare on. Okay, the Guinean not take a flare. So why are you barring Yeke for? And then you saying you no. And first of all, we will not talk anything yet to Francis because two of them they sing. The UP people, let me tell you, these people, there's a danger. There's a danger in having two-party system. Liberian people, there's a danger in having two-party system in a country. Because
are you negating the fact that your party is not as the ANC
what do you mean your party is what? What did you
wait?
You said two-party system. We got 20 parties in the country. Let me get two-party system.
The fact that the voters will decide
in the house too. You got board chance there.
Yeah, but the fact that the voters will vote for the two parties all the time, that's what makes it a two-party system. The same thing in America. People think that only Democrat and Republican, but there are several parties, independent and whatever. But because the voters decide between the two people, and this is where the voters will have to reform their mind. Because the two people you're voting for all the time, they will not do anything good for you. They feel that you voters, you are entitled to them. You are their property. They can trace you any kind of way and you say vote for them. So you voter, you got to be smart. And so we're going to take a transition. We're going to make a transition and go to other topic. But before we do that, let's find something small here that we can play. Francis, I can see that your promo, so I'll try to look for it. But let me play this one.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottomline, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Chola Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask. Welcome to Your Story, hosted by Francis Mano Mensah. Join us each episode as we dive deep into the lives of inspiring guests, exploring the challenges and successes that have shaped their journeys. Discover their unique experiences, insights, and the powerful stories that define them. Tune in and be inspired. Coming soon on the Bottom Line Liberia.
And so welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions. If you join here for the first time, this is where we discuss the issues without fear, favor, or favoritism. So what we do here is we give our opinions on the issue. We may not be right, but we are not wrong either. That's just our opinion. Your opinion. Listen, when they say you are entitled to your opinion, this is your right. The only right that nobody can take from you. Yes, you may be investigated for your opinion that Yeke Koliva is going to be undergoing investigation, but no, nobody, not even the most powerful king on earth, can decide what, not even God who made us can decide what we say, because he gave us free will. So we can say what we say, hold us responsible for what we say. And you don't have to agree with us, but respect our views on the show. And we will also respect your views. And that's why we respect the views of Alfonso Taylor. And you know, Alfonso can make the show interesting for me, because the guy will just come up with something that I think would know something that didn't make any sense. But he will say, try to make it to make sense. But we want to urge all of you to give your views. We're going to be transitioning, right? Oh, I call it he not resonating again. We'll be transitioning for the situation in Iran. Like we've always said, everybody knows exactly what is happening there. The war has been there for 2 months now, because it was February 28th to March 28th at 1 month, and then we are in April now, so it's almost going to 2 months. And this was actually expected to be a replica of the Venezuela situation, where you go in, cause chaos, and then confuse the people, then you take over, divide and rule. That's why it was intended for. But we've seen it's gone overhand, and a lot of things involved, where they got to even close the Strait of Hormuz, and then oil prices gone up. You go to the point you're scared to even touch the handle. But there was a ceasefire, or there is a ceasefire in place. I don't know the status of the ceasefire, because some of the conditions laid down in that ceasefire was that America should withdraw all of its troops from the Middle East, and Israel should not be attacking the allies of Iran, like Lebanon and other countries. And Israel, while the very day the ceasefire was signed, Israel started attacking again reportedly. So Iran, there are skirmishes going on, and Iran, according to information, I can independently verify that Iran is saying no, the ceasefire will not hold. In fact, if Israel continues to attack our allies. So this is the situation. But the question, the biggest question most people are asking is, Israel is in the Middle East, and Israel is quote unquote God's chosen people. I don't know why God is supposed to be all knowing. You get BB country, then America, Australia, all the BB continent, then you go to one small insignificant group of people called Jews that didn't get home on the earth, and made them his chosen people. That one, that another question to ask. So I'm not being anti-Semitic though, but it's just my view that you get all the BB country, then you take them, then you go take a small group of people to make them, your chosen people, and you expect that we all will say, okay, you the one made us. So what exactly does Israel want among all the Arab neighbors that he got? You got all your neighbors, they're Arab people, and you are all in the same place, but you are not attacking all these people. What exactly you want? So this is the question that a lot of people are asking. But let's just listen to an ex-CIA or a CIA analyst, somebody who has been analyzing the work of the CIA, where they work, what they do, and what some of the things that happen. So let's go to this video and listen to what Israel wants, and then we can start a discussion from there. So and as I mean, by me of disclaimer, this is not our video, so we just try to analyze some of the things that are happening and see why they happen. So it's not our work. It's an interview conducted by our lady, today's ex-CIA analyst, as he gives his view on what Israel really wants in the Middle East.
We can now step back.
For all Arab and Muslims to die. That's what Israel wants. Mm-hmm. Israel is not seeking, to be.
What is Israel ultimately aiming for in the region? In your view, what would have to happen for Israel to say, we have achieved our objectives, we can now step back?
For all Arab and Muslims to die. That's what Israel wants. Mm-hmm. Israel is not seeking, to be protected. They are possessed of this Zionist lie that they are entitled to control the land from the Nile to the Euphrates. Mm-hmm. And to that extent, they've already made it clear they're going to come after Turkey. Well, once Iran's out of the way, they're coming after Turkey. This is a country with they are an ethno-fascist regime, pure and simple. Mm-hmm. They assume that being a Jew makes them superior to everybody else, mm-hmm. And that it is within the Zionist doctrine. But what's so ironic about it is many of the founders of Zionism said there is no God, but God says we get this land. So, they really don't believe in God, but they use the excuse of God to justify taking this land. Mm-hmm. Now, this is not a normal, rational dispute. Mm-hmm. This is a dispute that's embedded with religious zealotry, and because of that zealotry, everybody else is a subhuman.
And this lady who did the interview, I think she was with CNN Turkey. So she's a Turkish who did this interview. I don't know where the gentleman comes from, but if he's an ex-CIA analyst, he must be connected to America or something like that. But so the man gave his analysis. These are people who the CIA, they assess the situation, they do all the investigations, and then there are reports that they submit, maybe to Washington or to Pentagon, and then Washington can decide what to do. I don't know the structure, I don't know how it works, but we know that the CIA is the highest intelligence agency of the United States. So, but this man is giving his views on what he thinks Israel really wants in the Middle East. Okay, and this is why the conflict continues. Israel is not attacking Palestine, they are attacking Lebanon or Syria or the Muslim countries. And according to this man, they are saying that Muslims and all Muslims and Muslims should die, and Arabs should die. How possible is it? How possible is it? Which would take years or maybe decades or our whole life on earth to be able to wipe out a certain group of people. Okay? So even in as much as the Jews were not too many in number, Hitler tried to get rid of them through the Holocaust, which was very sad, but still, they all didn't even die. Some of them still live and they are multiplying today. So it's not possible, in my view, to get rid of a whole group of people. Whether this analyst is saying the truth or not, I cannot be the one to decide whether he's saying the truth or not. But you see where the conflict is coming from. But as you see it, what do we think will happen in the Middle East with Israel going again, reportedly attacking Lebanon position? And another video I saw somewhere is saying that the attack in Lebanon is not only a mere attack, it's about claiming territory. It's in territory thing we're talking about Liberia. So what do we see happening? Is it ceasefire going to actually hold? If what this man is saying that this is what Israel wants, is this ceasefire going to really hold? Anybody can come in.
Linford, the ceasefire was broken on the very day it was announced. Because Lebanon was part of the ceasefire, and the day they announced it, the next day, over 300 people were killed. So, by Israel. Now, the question is, if you ask what Israel won, look at the people in the region. Look at people from Lebanon. Look at people from Syria, Iraq, and look at the Israeli. They don't look alike, right? If we all come from West Africa, you see a Liberian, Sierra Leone, Guinea, they will all look the same. But you put somebody in a mix that don't look like them. These are Europeans, the conquerors that left Eastern Europe, some part of Western Europe, went to that place called Israel to seize the people land. So it's all about land grabbing. That's what they want. They wanted land. So if you look at somebody from, how to call it, UAE, Qatar, you look at somebody from Saudi Arabia, all of them look alike. But one group of people in the middle don't look like them. They look very European. So the European have a way. And when the European go for land, they go for land. It's all about land. It's nothing about Judaism or they're going to get rid of Islam. No, it's the people land they want, and that's why they have been backed by Europeans and Americans. Remember, Australia, Europe, they all of them the same. So they're helping their brothers and sisters in the Middle East there, say they're using the war, Judaism, that's why if you listen to all the Western media when they read to sing, because Israel is so influential on all of them, they own them. Here, BBC, Israel will kill 100%. They will tell you, say, Israel have the right to defend itself. But the people they kill don't have the right to defend themselves. So all of them will sing that song. It will sing in people's ears. So it's the land. It's not about God made them favorite. If God made them number one in the world, why they don't look like the Arabs? They have to look like the guys from Germany, the guys from Russia, the guys from Hungary. That's where they come from. They come from Eastern Europe and Western Europe. They are all European. They're not people from the Middle East. So that's the bottom line. I would say is the land they want. They want more land, and they won't stop. As long as the European America back then, they will continue doing what they're doing.
Okay, Francis.
Look, it is so horrendous. The act carried on by Israel is condemnable, and I like what Paul said. Israel should be the only one defending itself, even with the murder going on, or the Palestinians or the Arabs in general. Still, Israel the only one that has the right. But yet, it's my take is that the West is trying, along with America, the West, trying to create a hegemony in the Middle East, where Israel should be the only force in terms of the military might that will be able to that will do America dirty work, go into countries in the Middle East that they are perceived to be the enemies. And Iran has been the only country so far in the Middle East to stand up to challenge Israel, despite, the trillions of dollars of weapons that America has supplied Israel. They are not deterred. So I think this whole situation with Israel, going about, at will, they're going, killing the people in the Middle East, the Arabs in general. I think it has to stop, and the European countries need to stand up. If they cannot stand up against America and Israel, it will continue.
Yeah, and we give different opinions on that. So, Padole,
Yeah.
we listen to. Okay, thank you, Bataki. It's another. He's saying that the guy's name is Larry Johnson. I actually didn't get his name. And he worked at the CIA for 4 years, and then he went to the State Department and as a counterterror. To work at the office of the counterterrorism. Okay, that information is correct, which are owed to Bataki to make sure that it's correct. I know he will not lie. He will not put his character on the line. So thank you, Bataki, for providing that information. So this guy who made a statement is not an outsider. Okay, he worked at the CIA 4 years. Even 2 days is enough to get enough information from where you work. So, and then he also went to work at the State Department, counterterrorism. So this guy's work for us, and he is saying this. So, and we all can relate. You think why America will come from way America in the West and come to fight Israel's war in the East and say they were threatened by Iran? Amen. If America is being threatened by any country, there are several countries. Let's look at Russia, their traditional enemy, because this one is traditional. No matter what, Russia and America can all be friends. Okay. Then look at North Korea, the little rocket man. Then let's look at China, the newest guy on the block. Pakistan, the old guy with nuclear weapon. America is threatened by them. But a sanction report, sanction, bringing down Iran will be the biggest threat to America that will come to join Israel, another superpower, to go fight. Some of the things we're talking, people think that we are pro-American, we are pro-American. Everybody know. If I move from Norway to there, I'm going to America. But if our own country is doing something that is not good, let's talk it. Nothing wrong with this. And this is where the freedom of speech comes in. It's not right. So you're supposed to be the superpower, the biggest guy in the room that when we go we the children will go out with P-Force, when they're beating us, we'll run to you. But then you will be the one to go start fighting a war that does not belong to you. So, but this is the purpose, because I saw a video that I just missed it. I try to find it, where the Jewish guy said the Gentiles will have to fight our war. They will have to die for us. And that's what America is doing. Go and die for them, because they are the God-chosen people. You see it?
So,
pardon. Yeah, let me give my 1 or 2 cents in this matter. You see, when the bigger powers is disintegrating, these are the end result that can happen. They begin to start going astray. That's what can happen. This not the first time. America is a country today, is a more superpower, the wonderful, powerful country in the world today.
As they
Before then, there
claim.
was so many powerful countries in the world.
America should not even be fighting people. They should be the one
So,
to in the area country go to for a
yeah.
advance.
Linford,
Yeah, listen, let me
Adole,
learn. Yeah,
as
let me
they
learn.
claim, because small Iran just showed them, as
Yeah.
they claim, they are the
Yeah.
most
Yeah,
superpower.
listen,
As they claim.
I
So
like that.
just put it that way, as they claim.
Yeah,
I like that.
They claim it, they have the equipment, but what make them more powerful and superpower today is a combination of every nation. People from all over in the world go to America. America was known as a land of liberty for everybody. And now, someone who have now esteemed the leadership of that country, trying to degrade the moral characters of America, which is a Donald Trump, by following these little countries in the Middle East, Israel, manipulating him to go into a war that does not necessary. The Western country decided, they say this war is not part of their war and they're not going to participate. But yet still they are not condemning it. So I don't know the hypocrisies in this thing here. So for this reason, but what I can say to anyone, there's so many powerful countries have come on earth and go in trade. Like Greece was one of the powerful countries. Even Iran, right now they're talking about, it was a patient. There was the most powerful country in the whole world. No one could stand there. So before Italy took over. So obviously, well, I would not say much because we all seeing the hypocrisies in the whole world. And no one standing to even condemn America for what they're doing. And America knows fully well that. Because it's very, very surprising to see a sitting president of America saying that if you don't do this, I'm going to demolish all your electricities. I'm going to break down all the infrastructure in that country. This is a complete human rights violation. Complete human rights violation. So, and nothing,
Okay.
nobody condemning it. So, I don't
Okay, thank you,
have,
Papa.
I don't have
Thank
nothing
you,
to say.
thank you,
here.
Patoli.
Let me chime in before you come in.
That Paul come in because it's
You
so,
know,
it's
Yeah,
so,
come before.
it's so
I
disgraceful.
love what Alfonso Telly said. Wow, the analyst on the show. But the fact is, in 1949, the European took their fellow European, they America, and set that on that land called Israel today. It's historical facts. We can't deny it. Padole, America claimed to be the world's greatest of greatest, but this greatest country, they cannot fight alone. And you saw what happened with their Israel, two countries that have the what we call the greatest air force put together to fight small country there that gave them tough time, that brought economic crisis in the war, and they calling on their fellow Europeans to join them, they refuse. So if you claim to be great, you need nobody help. You get the point I'm making? So this claim that they have put out there for years, they claim to do everything. They can't further know. There was an interview we play on the program from the Prime Minister of Italy when he went to this peace talk in Berlin. When she said NATO 32 countries will put together to go fight one country, but when Russia go, Russia fight alone. The country will claim to be the most superpower. Just see what happened. The country begging Pakistan to beg Iran to stop the war. That's why you saw Iran decided to put you on 10 points, and you have to accept it before we stop. The country will claim to be the greatest, accepted to show face that, oh, This small border going to disgrace us. That's what happened. And now, the
Okay,
God
thank you,
that
Paul.
created a book of man called Israel, not giving in. So this is what we are.
Thank you, Paul. Our time is fast spent, but let me I don't know if Francis will come in, but let me just say this. Look, all countries, whether you small or not, you got your own small, some kind of power somewhere. No doubt that America portrays itself as the most powerful country in the world. And you know the reason why? Because other countries outsource their security to America.
Thank you.
You are the whole of Europe. I mean, you are a whole continent by yourself. America comes from way on the other side and come and say, let's form something called NATO. Then I build my bases in your country. Go to the Middle East. Say, let me build my base. Nobody can show me. Maybe there is. I don't want to doubt it, but let Great Britain show me anywhere in America where Great Britain got a base there. Let any of the European countries show me France. Let it show me anywhere in America, any state where they got a base. No. It's America that will come and tell and say, let me build my base here. For me, it doesn't make sense. And then they convince and say, okay, we are NATO. We are something called NATO. So when they say America want to fight war, then all of them war behind America and go fight America war. When the war finish, their soldiers then die, then they can sit and they start crying. Okay. So when you do that, you make yourself to look like servant to your equal. Okay, you and all on the show, we are equal, but I submit myself to all of you. I know I give you all my power, so then you control me. That's why America claims to be this most superpower. And number one, then the second part of it is that America has never fought war. I mean never in recent time, in recent history, America never fought war on their own soil. When did America fight in America? Or when did another country go fight America in America? No, it's America that is always going out to go fight. And when they go, they don't go alone. So then they make themselves, but go to fight America in America and see how powerful they are. Okay, they could be powerful in their own country. The same way Iran, let's twist it around, right? If Iran had left Iran to go fight in America, you think Iran will be strong? You will not be strong because everything you taking to go fight America, you're transporting it. Eh? You want to use one bomb, you take that one bomb from where Iran and carry it way to America before you blow it up. You see it?
Limbo, before you go further, why America did not put the boot on the ground?
But no, we can't rule it out yet. They may put it on the ground.
You will never do it.
Okay, yeah, that's why I said we can't rule it out or we can't confirm it. So you see, America, no matter, I'm not doubting that America is powerful. They are powerful, but you cannot win war like that. Where you going to fight in your own house? Eh? The man children there, you get going alone. The man get children, uncle and auntie, all of them there, and the nephew there, the grandfather there, all of them jump on you.
I mean, Linford, if you're powerful, you can't be baking your friend and you can't join the fight.
But that was talking. No, I got no doubt. If any country go to fight America in America, America will win their flag the same day because you got all your things there. But you get to go fight in the main country and you think you can win, my friend. No matter how strong you are, you can be Goliath, military Goliath. Eh? You cannot win because look at they brought the Gerald 4. A cripple is saying that somewhere in Eastern Europe. They trying to fix it before you go to America. Yeah, we can hear about Abraham Lincoln. I know why. No, you can't make yourself small. And let me tell you one thing. Something we used to call G. Amora in Africa, in Liberia, right? That G. Amora gone dead. America will never, in the next 10 years, and let me just make it 10 years, America not going to go to any country to say we are the most powerful country. They will say, move from here, man. You see, you make yourself look small. When you are the biggest guy in the house or in the room, remain a big guy. Let everybody come to you, but you should not be the aggressor. Because when the people who you were so aggressive towards, if any of them knock you down, because you're supposed to be the big guy, the giant. So if David knocks you down, once David knocks you down, Paul will not be scared again. David and Goliath story.
Yeah, God. God. Some stranger then, some visitor then coming to me shortly.
Okay, so, then you can take your essay. But Francis, so
I'll let you take my essay.
Yeah, thank you. But Francis, I just want to say this, Francis. You look at this. I just want to get a little analysis. In the next 10 years, how do you see America? You think they're still going to be this powerful country that everybody will be afraid of?
Oh, look, Trump have exposed, now they're exposed, so to speak, but Trump presidency, his actions have awakened the world. You know, the geopolitics is going to be shifting now. Where United States of America unilaterally had that kind of economic power, military power, the major currency, the US dollar, everybody had it in a reserve, you know, in the central bank as reserve, you know. So that those things gonna shift towards the Far East and perhaps that you know China and the European Union, as a matter of fact, they are setting up themselves, although they are still cowards. And no, they don't want to stand on their own. But the elects of the president of France, the president of Spain, these people are pushing, you know, uh, the European Union. And that the reason why there is a offspring of far left, you know, administrations, leadership, presidency, you know, creeping across Europe because they want to stand up to America, not against them. But hey, yeah, look at us as partners. We will start building our military as well, and the European Union in the coming days or weeks, they are trying to see how best all the countries now, you know, can have use the euros, you know. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, shifting the demographics, them and the geopolitics. I mean, 'cause all along for the past since World War II, it was kind of, you know, unbalanced. The imbalances there at the time, you know, was due to America influence how, you know, I mean, the US dollar, everybody wanted it was the trading currency. Now the BRICS nation do not trade in US dollar anymore. They trade in, you know, their own currencies. And they're trying to create you know, their own currency. So 10 years from now, you know, to sum up, the world stage will be different according to Professor Key. The world
Thank
stage will
you.
be absolutely different.
Thank you. And you mentioned one thing, Paul. I'll throw this one to Paul. You see, every morning I go to work. I always go on the news, on the international news to see. And I was reading, and several European countries, you know what they're doing now? At least 4 or 5 of them, they are now building their military. They are ordering the air defense systems and whatever. So each European country, what they're trying to have their own arsenal. Then once they are powerful enough, then they will go into that European Union arsenal and build it instead of depending on something called NATO, where one man will go cause trouble, then you call all of us, say, I cannot go for it. The problem you know about, you and the other country may force, but the three of all because we are friends. Then Paul go P4 with one guy, say, my man, you cannot go for the guy. We know the guy. The man and us, we got no problem. But because Paul is our friend, say, let's go. Then we'll fall behind Paul. So that's what European countries are doing now. And you mentioned the currency also. I think European countries, one thing they need to do, America, the 50 states in America, they are strong because they all use one language and one currency. Okay. So, and one political interest, whether it's Democrats or Republican. So Europe will have to take a new trend. And instead of outsourcing their security to one country called America, and I think the same thing will not only happen in Europe, it will also happen in the Middle East. Because the Middle Eastern people, the Middle Eastern countries, they are being relaxed and thinking that, yeah, there's this big guy who will protect us in case of war. But that proved now to to not be the case, at least for now, okay, America became defenseless, to its partners in the Middle East. So the Middle Eastern countries too will start thinking, no, listen, we got all this money. We can build our own defense too. We shouldn't depend on somebody else to do it for us. Nobody can defend you or protect you like you can do it for yourself. So my concern right now is the future of NATO, whether in the next, like you mentioned, 10 years period, right? What is NATO going to be like? Are the European countries still going to be sitting there lazy and thinking that they got this big guy that will come protect them in case of any crisis? No. In fact, this guy is threatening them. We know that Donald Trump is not going to be president for America all the time. No, he's not going to be. But what is the American policy towards European countries in the future? That's why European countries will now be thinking. So I think the geopolitics will shift. And I saw a post today where somebody lined up all the superpowers, right? America first, Russia second, China third, Iran fourth. So what do you guys think, Paul? You think Iran after the war, Iran will be?
Let me get before Paul come in quickly. This lady from the Social Democrats Party, Magdalene Anderson. She was against. I mean, she's tipped to be the next prime minister, president of Sweden. When France brought a suggestion that European countries should start to build
one army,
one army, and start the nuclear weapons and stuff. She went against it, and quickly the whole country went against her. So she had a somersault, like, what are you talking about? Oh, so God, she said, her excuse was like, oh, God need to. NATO's already, God's, those artillery. Asking the person, no, it's NATO, it's not Sweden.
No.
So she had a 360 quickly, because I myself will not going to vote for her. When she said that, like, people started losing. I mean, like, come on, what are you talking about? So yeah, so you said it right, so yeah, Paul, you can go ahead. I just want to bring that in.
And so Paul, just a reminder, you think Iran would become part of the so-called superpower after this war because of what they have done?
Linford, that is the thing that they have this radio station in the UK they call LBC. They call London Big Cares Conversation. Is people listen to all widely. And they did similar survey and they put Iran as the fourth superpower in the world. Why they did that? These guys were able to build their own and drones. They were able to manufacture their own super hypersonic missile. They did it on their own. And by acquiring such knowledge to do things, you may destroy them, but the knowledge still remain. They will still produce. And if with the bombing of America or Israel, but these guys were able to close the Strait of Hormuz, it just tells you that they detect now. You see what happened to the war? Today, if your ship want to pass, you got to pay $2 million. It's like a tour. So Iran now is calling the shot. And you are called a shot, you become powerful. This is why it is.
Those of you from the UK, there's this parable. They say, he who pays a piper selects a tune. But then the next question I want to ask, we'll soon be closing, guys. But the next thing I want to also discuss is as it is now, America, the so-called superpower.
Well, if we ask that question, that time in quickly on the prospect of Iran increasing its military base, its arsenal. Here's it. Lifa, you still on the show, my man?
I'm drinking water. I'm in my juice.
Anyway, yes, the 10 points Iran gave, so proper suggestion that they should go by. And one of the points that Iran should not be deterred from creating
enriching their uranium.
And the fact is that the other Arab countries seeing it now because they pay all the money to America to defend them. All they do, it was I mean, Iran was bombing them. So like, hey, they're thinking twice. So now Iran, along with the countries that China and Russia, they're taking the low. They will help Iran to build the army. Trust me, because that's the deal. Because even the 2 million that being paid is not paid in dollars, though.
No,
it's being converted into Chinese yuan. Iran said it doesn't want no dollar, but they're getting equivalent.
And that will cripple the petrodollar.
No, so I mean, I don't want to tell me that.
Yeah, so Paul, come in, and then I'll raise the last issue, and then we can close.
No, but this if you look at it, the war is hurting at the moment economically. Iran is calling a shot, and you are calling a shot wherever you do. People listen to you. These guys, they are people that they don't back down. They don't listen to people threatening them. And Donald Trump said he was going to whip them and take them back to the Stone Age. What they did, they submitted, said, we're not listening to you, but if you want us to have a peace talk, this is our 10 points. If you accept it, we'll move on. If not, we'll continue. You know the embarrassment that has been causing because Israel refused for journalists to see the damage that is caused. Because if you show picture from Israel, you go to prison for 5 years. Why is it that they can show the damage they caused in Iran, but we cannot see the damage that is caused in Israel? Because the weapon these guys were using when Trump came said, oh, he damaged their military, this, but this guy was firing. So where are these weapons? He have it. So that's why they felt embarrassed that look, they think getting embarrassed or more, let's accept the peace plan. It was not Iran that wanted a peace talk. It was Donald Trump that engaged Pakistan.
And this is where I'll drive into, right? The next question I want to ask is, you think if America really had upper hand where Donald Trump came and made a criminal statement that a whole civilization was going to die because if Liberia makes a statement against any country, America will move there. The West will begin to complain and say, well, this is human rights violation. This is a criminal statement. How can you kill a whole civilization? That means everything will be destroyed. These people may not even have drinking water.
You
killing
know,
everything.
Before, I think Donald Trump was just bluffing.
No, we know you're bluffing.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, what if Great Britain or any other country has said, no, because they are allies, they are NATO people. But what if China has said it? Ukraine is fighting Russia. What if Russia has said it? What the Western media are going to do? They're going to blow it out of proportion.
What the West are going to do, but now they have gone to the Security Council to summit those countries. You ever heard since they
rallying NATO to go fight?
Since they think that Trump did, you ever heard France, Britain, or any other country to summit them say, let's go to Security Council to go have a discussion? All of them just like that.
No, but America does not even respect the UN. That's the whole
no,
thing.
The fact is, make the case. In other countries, they'll go do this. They will jump. So why you can't do it for this guy called America? They all go like this. They can only say, "Oh, we're not joining the fight," but they can't say anything.
And so this is where we come in now to conclude. And we'll conclude with this question. This thing that is happening, Europe is waking up. The fact that European countries are now trying to build their defense individually, then they can at least be in the European Union, which is a good sign for me, because I can't live in my house, then I take my security and give it to my neighbor and say, my man, when somebody bend my dream, or can't fight for me. So Europe is doing it. And the Middle East that have been very dependent on this America all the time. They pump all their dollars for the petrol. They pump all their dollars to American economy for protection. And they saw that when the war started, when they started bumping them, there were not that protection that they expected. And they are now seeing Europeans who were in partnership in something called NATO, or who are in partnership in something called NATO with America, are now doing their own small thing in the background to strengthen their military position. You think what's going to happen in the Middle East? So just give you a view, and I think we can close on that. What you
Let
see
me
the
just
Middle
wrap it up so as you leave. First, look, the Middle East is the rude awakening. The war, the Iran war. Iran still pose threat to these people. So they themselves gonna start building the military and forgetting about America. They go, they private jet they give to go Peter, go sit them private jet Qatar gave to Donald Trump. It didn't help them. They bomb their fields. So they know all the money they pay to America. So they know. So Iran crippled them. So the Middle East, to cut it short, they have the oil. They will have to start producing their own weapons now. That's what the Israel did. Israel make their own weapons now. They don't buy from America so often.
And don't be surprised.
They will do the
Don't be
same thing.
surprised that the Middle East and Iranian might get become friendly, and they all might get enter some of that group two called the Middle Eastern group.
It might be the Stockholm syndrome. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Okay, so Paul, give your final statement and then we can close.
No, my final statement on that, you see, because the Arabs, because the Persians, they're not Arab. It's just the Arabs, they've been stupid for many years. And this is, yeah, I mean, they've been steady for many years. Let me refine it.
Yeah, reduce it.
They've been steady for many years. Look what happened in Lebanon. You have an army because some group they killing your people, but your army can't react. Because what? Lebanon become puppet to the great power. So all of those bases that been in the region there, Iran taught them lesson that the region should stand by itself instead of depending on somebody from the other side.
Yes.
That's the punishment that they were getting. So as long as you host these people, anytime they attack or will attack you, that message they giving them for them to it's just waking them up of the load. Let's come together as one group of people instead of this guy having how many bases America go over there? Over 200. They control them. And what happened? But these guys giving them how they call it bloody nose, they may come to their senses. And you know what the Americans have played onto those people called, you see, the so-called king of Jordan, for example. If the people rise up, he will not, because the American men fooling and say, we'll protect you. We'll protect you. So the protection now that Iran has shown them that people can protect you. So they might, if they get sense and they use wisdom, they will come together as one group of people. There will be another crisis because America will not want that. Because why? Israel is there to be the God that will bomb anyone he want to bomb. But you said something, will they come together? Because Israel is targeting Turkey. So Turkey have seen what happened. They may come together and say, no, let's stick together. Let's have this solidarity and see how it works. The empire is about to fall. It's good. In the next 10 years, we're talking different thing if we stay around. The empire is about
quickly, I agree with Paul when he said people being stupid, being all silly for a long time. They all claim to be devout Muslims, but on the American basis, they can be drinking liquor. They can be Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia way and in Kuwait where we not supposed to drink. The American basis, they're drinking, womanizing, drinking all kind of Sodom and Gomorrah thing in their own Arab country.
Well, that private life. But
No, not private life. I mean, your country, you got your law. You say, I mean, that's the Mecca. It's so holy of holiest. Nobody in our country, nobody should be doing so thing in the base, on the American basis. So the country is America, America country in country. So it put been said for a long time.
yeah, but
You know.
okay, thank you guys very much.
But no,
My closing
Linford,
argument.
sorry, one thing.
Mm.
The killing of the Palestinian, the Arabs get money. They come together and force America to say, no, we can't accept it. But they sit down there supinely, allow Israel to be killing their own brothers every day. They don't say anything. So what kind of people are they?
Paul, there is this thing called divide and rule, where somebody can come in my house and turn my wife and my children against me. This is why America is good at divide and rule.
That's the point of
you cannot have once a horse is united, you cannot penetrate, but they will come and infiltrate. So let me tell you one thing. The first thing America does is they come and say, no, they create this artificial enemy for you. They come and say, oh, but Paul, you say that you lean for a friends on the show, that friends against you. Yeah, you're not watching, man. Then you begin to look at friends like then they enter, then they make you a friends enemy. So, and you cannot, in that kind of situation, you cannot be trusted. Sorry, you can't trust your friends. So this is why they are in the first thing they say Arab, they get Shia and what the other Muslim need, the Shia and this and that. All Muslims are Muslim. They pray the same way. They use the same word, the same alakubaru to pray. All right. So because they all people are Shia and they, so America looks at this kind of little hole and penetrate. But like you said, you use the word. You say they have taught them lesson. Okay, and let them look at it. The Eastern Bloc, China, Russia, and North Korea, and all the people, they are building their military. They are, conglomerating.
But you get Pakistan, India also. They're building.
Yeah, they are in the East. So the Middle East, they're supposed to also hold. Then we in the central part of Africa, and this message goes to African countries. We do have the technology, but we got the resources. So we can also beg countries that want to come to us to extract our minerals. We can beg them to also teach us the technology. We may not be at the level of the superpower, but let's have our own defense. Then we'll not be talking about Guinea crossing into our country by now. Okay, then we go to then America, the West is there. So you can have this group, America, Central, the center of the world, which is Africa, then the Middle East, and the Eastern Bloc. Everybody be powerful. No country will come to you and tell you, say, let me be your security. Then they say, no, I'm able. And I'm very happy that the Europeans are now waking up. So whether our statement is abundantly clear that we are supporting Europe, yes. I mean, why not? I mean, Iran, we can support Iran, we can support Europe, we can support America, and it's all right. It's all right. We can decide. Like I've repeatedly said, you cannot decide what somebody thinks and what somebody says. You gotta accept it, brother. Live to learn that thing.
Let's close. Let's close. I like Alfonso.
Alfonso, we gotta make me.
I like it. Let me close on this. America have a good way of lying. It's a country that lies. They read books out of their lies. Do you know this guy called who went on the moon? The one who they say step on the moon.
Neil
Armstrong, right? He was stepping, but the camera were already positioned. But then we didn't have that sophistication like now, where you can do that day yourself. But they had him coming down and they sold the story to people. They wrote textbook, people read it. It's a country that full of lies. So they will go somewhere and give you some la story that what you just said, how they play with the Arabs, they're good at lying. So if they can lie to the whole world, they read books about lies, so then what they can do? So I
Okay,
just want to
well,
close on
guys.
that note.
I'll
Okay,
see you
guys.
guys, man.
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching, and we will be here on.
So he says, so no more. Also,
What is
you
today?
need to call it program.
Today, Friday. No moonwalk, man. Fanso move from there. Fanso, you and all you believe in moonwalk. Why they try to? They fighting how to go to Mars. Then a moonwalk. Since 1971, why Dubai can't go to the moon? Since 1971, that only that one Neil Armstrong went to the moon. Why the other people can? The people are on the International Space Station that I can confirm, but nobody ever stepped foot on the moon. That lie, that be lie. Why? So that only Neil Armstrong on the moon. It's easy to get on the moon, then it's easy to get on Mars. Why are they fighting hard to go to Mars, but they can't go to the moon? What? It's very easy.
And Michael Jackson did moonwalk. Alfonso talking about.
We see her on Sunday. Paul will be here on Sunday.
Talk about Michael Jackson moonwalk probably.
We'll also be here on Tuesday. You'll have a good night. It was a good show, guys. Thanks for and we hope we'll be here. Alfonso can here on Tuesday. We'll be here.
Alfonso, he asked his friend, said, what a friend say allowed.